on the Michael Jackson case to all of the explosive crimes and court cases making headlines around the world, we're getting an inside view from former District Attorney Judge Jeanine Pirro. Welcome, Judge.
Thank you.
Now, let's get right to Michael Jackson. Okay, we talked this morning a little bit about this. The update is they're investigating use of prescription drugs. Is it a crime? LaToya saying that this could be a potential murder case. What's your take on that so far? Is this being investigated as a crime so far?
Well, you know, Chief Bill Bratton has said that if it goes that way, he will look into a homicide investigation. But I think this is more than just about prescribing Demerol. If indeed we're talking about Diprovan, which is the local anesthetic that doctors use to put you under to do surgery, then we're talking about something that depresses the respiratory system, that almost stops the breathing, and you literally have to monitor it. And if indeed his brain, when they finally analyze it, shows that that is the cause of death, then I believe that the doctor who was with him at the time is in big trouble. Forget about the federal DEA guidelines.
Is that who we're talking about?
Conrad Murray. Right. Why was he there all night? Okay. What was his role? Right. He didn't have the right to prescribe medication, to administer medication in the state of California. Who are these concierge doctors? Why do they do what they do? Why was he making $150,000 a month? What was he doing?
What about the fact that, is it still true? It was rumored in the beginning, and I didn't follow up on this. What about the time from when Michael really needed help to the time the 911 call was placed? What about that? Was that the same Dr. Murray, correct?
Yes, that was the same Dr. Murray who supposedly was administering CPR on a bed. And anybody who knows anything about CPR knows you do it on the floor. Right. Why did it take him 30 minutes to call? Why was he there all night? What was he doing all night? Why did he say, I couldn't use my cell phone because I didn't know the address? You didn't know where you were? Right. I mean, come on.
So these people could potentially be facing some jail time if indeed that's found to be a crime.
Not just jail time. We're talking about implied malice, second-degree murder in the state of California.
Not murder one.
Not intentional murder, Joy. I mean, this is where you are so reckless. There is such a disregard for human life. No effort to have the proper equipment to resuscitate that you can be charged with homicide.
Will we get these answers, do you think, and how long will we be waiting? Because it says deferred right now.
Right. The medical examiner said deferred because he doesn't have the toxicology test yet. What happens is the brain is now put in formaldehyde. Until it hardens, they will then be able to slice it, do the microscopic toxicological exams. The neuropathologist will decide whether or not there were prior overdoses and what exactly killed him. We will know, Elizabeth. We will definitely... Another week?
Another week till that brain
But maybe the doctor is incompetent. Maybe that's
no excuse. That's no excuse. And you know what? Or just plain greedy.
Okay.
Or Michael was, you keep posing the question, what was he doing there all weekend? I think maybe Michael was gone before we think he was gone.
Interesting. But that's what the toxicological test will show us. Yes, yes.
Judge, so I want to go into a different part of the Michael Jackson case, and it's the custody stuff. Now, there was supposed to be a preliminary custody hearing today, which got pushed back. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, you know, I think it's interesting that, look, Michael Jackson made it very clear in his will that he wanted his mother, Catherine, to be the guardian. But remember, that's usually followed when both parents are dead. We've got Debbie Rowe. I'm not sure you'd call her a mother. Everything this woman does is counterintuitive to being a biological mother. And she's even admitted that she's nothing more than a vessel. She took $8.5 million. And by the way, everything about her behavior shows that she has no maternal instincts in her body at all. So I think this 1 week delay, I'll bet they're negotiating. I'll bet for money because they don't want her to be a part of it. But then there's a kink in this thing, and that is Joe Jackson. Michael said his father used to abuse him. He specifically left him out of the will. And now if Joe comes out and says, look, Catherine and I are going to take care of these kids, and by the way, I'm not going to exploit the kids, but I think they've got Michael's talent, then a family court judge is going to say, you know what, Catherine, if you want these kids... Joe's out of their lives.
They don't live together.
Yeah, they're separated.
They see each other, but they're still married.
Right.
But I believe that's one of the reasons he left them to the children, because to Catherine,
the mother.
Because he knows that she's not having it.
But now, what about? Okay, so we're talking about the two kids who are biologically Debbie Rowe's, but then we have little Blanket, who is considered an orphan under the law, right? So is he going to be treated differently?
No, California law provides very strong protections to siblings. Where two go, one will go. But here's an interesting issue, too. If indeed, and there are rumors and published reports that it was her womb that was used and not her eggs, then the issue is, who is really the biological mother and what came first, the womb or the egg? You know?
Oh, the chicken or the egg.
Yeah, did you like that?
Well, now that there was a judge, there was a visual. I like the woman. You could argue that all day. Now they had that visual of Paris leaning against her grandmother. Will that count? I mean, will that play into a part of it as far as it looked like the kids wanted to be with the Jackson family?
Right.
Look, I've decided custody issues. There is no question that that visual of Paris with the extended family is forever in the consciousness, not just of the American public, but of the judge who will decide that custody. She is surrounded by family.
But does the mother have enough influence over Joe Jackson to say, no, you're not touching these kids?
I do believe she does.
He's been pretty strong for, against Michael.
Yeah, she does. And here's the rub. Any judge is going to say, you know what? If I hear that Joe Jackson is in their lives, then you're going to lose custody.
What about the 3 kids? They won't split them up, will they?
No. California
They'll stay
law
together.
makes sure that they stay together.
Okay. That's great.
Next case.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's it.
Oh, that is
That's it?
That is
What time we
it.
have?
Because she's so
That was
deep.
great, though.
Judge Janine Pirro's so deep. She got us all like this. Now we're exhausted.
Yes. Thank you for coming by. We need a good dose of you every once in a while to catch up on all these cases. Our thanks to Judge Janine Pirro. Be sure to check out Judge Janine Pirro weekdays on the CW. Check your local listings for times, and we will be right back. Thank you.
Well, it's a pretty exciting week coming up. I don't know what I'm going to do to keep myself together. I'm just like that today. I don't really care about anything about it except for having a great day, which I want all of you to have.
It's a nice
I want you to take a little time to enjoy whatever view you happen to be seeing. We'll see you tomorrow.
Tonight, the choices are getting harder for Jillian on an all-new Bachelorette at 8, 7 Central on ABC.